why does self-discipline matter? I believe that self-discipline is the key to unlocking all the levels of life that you ever want to achieve, all the levels of life that you want to take. Self-discipline is the key. Because if you can't discipline your own body, then it means that the universe has no reason to grant you the power that you desire. Because if it grants it to you, then you're going to misuse it, right? And that's what I absolutely believe. Because if I want to be the most successful woman out there and I don't have the discipline to manage my finances, if the universe, let's imagine the universe as a loving mother now, she now gives that success to me and I waste it, it's going to be so upsetting to her, like, okay, after I decided to trust you with this, you wasted it. That would be dumb of the universe to do when she has seen clearly that I'm not prepared for the position I desire. So until I get to a point where I've actually truly disciplined myself to the point that even when things aren't going straight for me, things aren't the best right now, I've disciplined myself. So of course universe feels like, oh, if I give her this better opportunity, this better thing, she's going to be able to discipline herself and she's going to be able to handle it better. So I believe that's why self-discipline matters, because without it, there is no basis for the success that you truly desire. And if the universe gives that to you, she's just being a dumb bitch. And honestly, I believe that self-discipline is the key to every kind of success in this world. Every success relies on some level of discipline, some level of showing up consistently, of disciplining yourself, your body, even when you don't feel like it, because then it shows that you can handle things that you actually desire. Let's go to chapter 2, which is what is self-discipline. So I'm not going to bring out any dictionary, I'm just going to define it from my head. I believe that self-discipline is the ability to control your body at will. Is the ability to say, oh no, Blossom, you are not getting that extra cookie today because you know that you have some weight goals, you know you have some physical fitness goals, you don't deserve that extra cookie. Or no, Blossom, don't touch that savings because you know that you're saving money towards moving into a different version of yourself, moving into a better version of your life. So if you spend that money, it's going to affect our growth. That's what discipline is. Discipline is actually just being a little bit strict with yourself. Just be strict with yourself. When you know that, okay, you don't need this thing, you tell yourself you don't need it. It's the way your parents train you as a child and you became this fantastic person you are. If they did their job right, you train yourself, you take over that job from your parents and then you start training yourself. So self-discipline is making sure that you align yourself with the version of yourself that you want in the future. I feel like it is the work we put in to make sure that our manifestation comes to pass. So you want something out of life, you discipline yourself and train yourself in the behavior of that life that you desire, so that this version of you can become the highest version of yourself. That truly is what self-discipline is. It's not running for 10 million miles a day. It's not painful the way people make it seem. It's beautiful, it's a process, and it's you blooming into the version of you that you deserve. Let's go to chapter 3, and that is why do most people fail without it. Honestly, I don't even know why I said most, because everybody that does not have self-discipline will fail. Because if you look at the most powerful men out there, what were their breaking points? What was the reason for their lack of success? What was the reason they were brought down? Their lack of discipline. Check it in all the religious books, check it in history. Most likely, especially men, they fall for sexual indiscipline. They're not disciplined with their body, they're not disciplined with their lust, and they fall victim to something they're not supposed to fall victim, and that usually ends the good things that they have in store for them. This also applies to us women. We all lack self-discipline in some areas. For some people it's food. I know I struggle with food a lot. I love to eat, I want to eat everything, but you have goals. If you don't have self-discipline, you're going to fail. Because tell me how you are going to be the most sexy woman that you know, the most intelligent woman you know, when you can't even discipline yourself to eat a certain way, to work out when you need to work out, to read when you need to read. How are you going to be successful? Success doesn't come by wishing. It's never happened to anybody that way. So you're not going to be successful if you're not disciplined. So that just, like, okay, opens your eyes to the fact that until you get to a point where you are absolutely disciplined. Like, I'm not saying you kill yourself and you don't rest when you need to rest, you don't have compassion for yourself. I think my last video was even on self-compassion, so you can check that out. I'm bringing a balanced view here until you get to a point where you're actually very disciplined with yourself. And that doesn't mean you're starving yourself or you're torturing yourself. You're just disciplined with yourself. You do what you know is best for you, regardless of what you desire right now in this moment. You're gonna fail once you get to that point. So I didn't feel like making my videos now, but I had to get up and I had to do it anyways. If I become a successful, when I become a successful YouTuber in the future, I'm going to look back to these moments where I disciplined myself when I didn't want to stand up, I didn't want to do anything, but I stood up anyways. I still got what I had to do done anyways. That's disciplining myself, doing things that I don't want to do, but I know is going to be very useful for the future version of me that I want to become. So if you do not have self-discipline, you're gonna fail because it means that you cannot control yourself. It means that you can't tell yourself, oh, this is wrong, oh, this is right. And it means that you're not trustworthy. The universe can't trust you with success because you've clearly proven that you are not capable of handling it. You've clearly proven that you will fall victim to your desires. You will fall victim to everything you desire because you feel like it. You feeling like it is not enough reason for you doing it when you know that you have a goal. Now let's go to chapter 4, which is how to build discipline, because discipline doesn't just come the way people try to make it seem. It doesn't just come. You actually have to actively build it. You actually have to actively make sure that you are self-disciplined. Discipline is a muscle that you build, and there are ways to build it. There are ways to build it. Let me give you the hack that self-improvement creators don't tell you how to actually build self-discipline, because it is a muscle that you can train, you can grow. So the first thing you need to do is to define the life that you want. What life do you want for yourself? Do you want to be rich? Do you want to be the most popular person you know? Do you want to be the most successful person you know? Do you want to be a famous influencer? What do you want to be? Define that. If you want to be rich, if you want to be an influencer, if you want to be a popular social media personality, whatever you want to be, define that. Make it clear. Tell yourself, okay, this is what I want for myself, and then make it clear. Clearly define it. Make sure that, okay, it is absolutely, there is no debate as to, okay, the life that you want for yourself. It is absolutely clear. Define that. The second thing you need to do is to decide the habits that will get you there. So for instance, now I want to be a known YouTube self-improvement creator. The habits that will get me there is making sure I make my videos. I'm consistent with making my videos. I'm learning how to edit better. I'm learning how to make content better. I'm actively growing the muscles that will help me to be this creator that I want to be. So those are the habits that will get me there. So I'm deciding them. I write them down. Okay, to be an influencer, I need to invest in clothing if that's something I want to invest in. I need to invest in my appearance. I need to learn how to do my makeup. What do I need to do? I decide that, I write that down, and I know that, okay, I have to be disciplined in this habit so I can get to the goal I want. The third thing is to set strict times for the task you always avoid. For instance, now you always avoid editing your videos. Make sure you set a strict time. At this time, I must edit my videos. You set a strict time that you must do this, you must do that, you must do this, you must do that. So set strict times for the tasks that you always avoid. That's actually the key, because sometimes you feel lazy to do certain things. There's certain things that have more of a resistance to doing. Set strict times for the tasks that you always avoid, things that are always tough for you to do, so that you would not avoid them when you want to do. The next thing is to reward consistency. Anytime you are consistent, make sure you reward it. Maybe you buy yourself a snack, maybe you buy yourself a drink. Just reward it that, oh, I've showed up for myself 3 times, 3 weeks in a row now. I have made YouTube videos. Reward yourself for that. Buy yourself a snack that you normally don't buy. Buy yourself a dress. Buy yourself something you've been eyeing, but you've been like, maybe I shouldn't buy it. Reward yourself. Remind yourself that, oh, I deserve this snack because I have showed up consistently. That will like keep reinforcing your mind to know, okay, she shows up at this time. Every time we show up, we reward ourselves, and I want to reward myself, so I should show up, right? So that it's like a reinforcing thing. Like when you give dogs treats, they know that, oh, if they do this particular task, you give them a treat, so they become programmed that way. So you do it for yourself. The next thing is to use tools of motivation. Like make sure you watch YouTube videos, listen to podcasts, just things that will motivate you, continue watching them. Like, I watch YouTube videos that motivate me daily, that oh, I want to be better. Watch TikToks that motivate you. Don't spend time scrolling on, because we're always going to scroll. Sometimes it's not a cold talky thing that you stop scrolling. You're going to scroll, but make sure when you're scrolling through, your feed is showing you with people that you want to become like, you want to be like, that motivate you to be better. That way you will continue to be disciplined, because okay, you keep seeing these people that have achieved the things that you want to achieve. You're going to continue to be disciplined. Next thing is to visualize both lives, the life that you want and the life that you will get if you don't go, or if you are not disciplined to go for the life that you actually want. Visualize both of them. So for now, you will know you want to live a stress-free life, a life where you just get to create content, do brand deals. That's life you want to live. But then on the other hand of that is you working a very hard job if you don't focus on making your videos now. So visualize both lives, and when you think about the life you don't want, it will irk you so bad. You're going to get up, and then you think about the life that you can actually get if you stay disciplined on your goals. It's going to remind you, oh yeah, okay, I don't want that life, this is the life that I want, and then you work towards that. Next is to practice flexibility and compassion. You can actually check my last video for more info on it, but just be compassionate towards yourself. By the end of the day, you are human, right? Always take that into account. I'm a human being, so okay, this is how I can show up, this is how I'll show up, this is how I can show up. Build self-respect. Respect yourself so much that you are capable to achieve the things that you desire. So build that self-respect, build that self-respect, build that self-respect. So you always trust yourself. And the next thing is to eliminate excuses. Any excuses that always get in the way of you achieving your goals, eliminate them. Eliminate every form of excuses from your life so that you can be discipline. Stop saying, oh, it's because of this, it's because of this. Okay, fix that thing so that you can focus on your goal and you can actually be disciplined. Let's go to chapter 5, which is how to actually apply all that I've said into becoming the highest version of yourself. So if right now you are starting from ground zero, you want to be better, this is how I would go about it. So the first thing that I would do is to make sure I understand how to apply self-compassion and discipline. That means I'm disciplined with myself, but I'm also compassionate. Like I said, watch my last video for more details on that. Balancing the both is absolutely important. So I would have to firmly learn how to be compassionate with myself and to also be disciplined with myself. So that's the first thing I would learn. I would read books that would help me to understand the balance of both and get to that point where both are balanced for me. So the second thing is I'll learn how to work, but I'll also learn how to rest. So that means balance work and rest. Work hard, but rest hard too. Work hard, but rest hard too. So balancing both is absolutely important. Third thing is to show up with what you have, whatever you have. For instance, if you want to make videos, if it's an Android you have, show up with that Android. If it is an iPhone 6 you have, show up with that. To show up with whatever you have, even if it's a phone that you think doesn't have the best quality, as long as you're showing up, you're making your videos, you're doing what you have to do, just make sure that you are showing up eventually. And the fourth thing is to forgive yourself quickly. So when you don't show up as you're supposed to, make sure that you always forgive yourself quickly. Remember that you are human, and even though we would all hope that we would show up as the most perfect motivated version of ourselves every time, it's sometimes not possible. Sometimes you would watch an extra episode of movie, sometimes you would eat an extra snack that you didn't need to eat. But just make sure you forgive yourself quickly, bounce back, and try to look for ways to be better. The fifth thing is to respect your own word. As much as possible, respect your own word. If you say you will do something, try to stick to it. Respect your own word, respect what you think. Just make sure that you create this basis of trusting yourself, and you create this basis of making sure that you are trustworthy to yourself so that you can respect your own word, you can trust yourself. When I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it because I've proven to myself over time that I do it. If there's a guy that you like that always says you do something and he doesn't do it, you're gonna hate him, right? So don't be that guy to yourself. If you like this video, please like, comment, subscribe, share to all your friends, and make sure that you come back here for more videos. You can also watch my previous videos if you haven't watched them, and if this is the first time you are coming across my channel. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.